gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. It's Thursday, no NBA games tonight, but you bet your sweet behind we're going to be talking NBA. We're going to talk with Gianni and the steam sheet. Rough morning for me. My tennis play lost in spectacular fashion despite beating the line by over $2. That's how it goes, but we got a lot of stuff, Dan. What are we getting into today?
But don't worry, you did your job. We just didn't cash. That's what Gianni would be telling you. And Gianni is back. That's right, folks. Gianni the Greek going to give you the Steam report. What's going on his Steam sheet? What action are we seeing? Also, are we seeing some early action here in NBA playoffs? They are tipping off this weekend, the official playoff rounds. We have the play-ins obviously going tomorrow. Our folks already hammering some series prices. We'll get any thoughts of futures from our man Gianni the Greek now that majority of the matchups are set. They will all be determined tomorrow. Joe Raineri joining the show. He's got an early pitch for you guys here. The 4-game set concludes Angels and Yankees. Can the Angels make the split? Well, they're turning to a bullpen game to do so, and they are huge underdogs. Near $3 favorites in some spots are the New York Yankees. How do you attack a game with a spread like that? Joe Raineri is going to let you know, and he's going to preview both of our NBA play-in games for Friday. That's the Hornets taking on the Magic and the Warriors taking on the Suns. And he's going to take you all around the world. We're looking to make it 2 straight on our Wager Talk Today play of the days as we cashed in with our strikeout prop over yesterday. So, Andy, plenty to get into, man, on a Thursday. Even if there is an NBA action, as Andy said, whether you're behind is sweet or not, we will get you ready for the NBA playoffs. That's starting tomorrow, man.
Oh, yeah. I was really proud of the handicap yesterday. What did we say? We thought the line should be 4.5. It was 3.5, and it landed on 4. So I felt pretty good about that type of handicap. So it's not a huge slate of games today. Today's just kind of one of those weird ones. But then starting tomorrow, buckle up because we got like baseball, NHL, NBA, and then all the weekend stuff galore. So it's going to be a busy few months. But today's play of the day was kind of difficult, but let's do the play of the day here. Let's see if we can make it 2 in a row. I like it. That's why it's the play of the day. I can't say it's as confident as the one yesterday. So we're going to go with Luis Castillo under 16.5 outs. This guy's been, his last couple games, his pitch count has been high. I'm seeing like around 90, and he's only had 11 outs and 10 outs in those games. That's not good. That's a lot of pitches, and you're not getting a lot of guys out. You look at his hits allowed, 10 and 6. So he's putting runners on base. You look at his walks. Walks are pretty good. But then you look at the strikeouts, and they're just not really there, 3 and 4, and he's facing the red-hot Padres. So yeah. I think this is a bad matchup. My only reservation about this is this opened at 15.5. I liked it, and they moved it up to 16.5. So I liked it at 15.5. I really like it at 16.5. I just don't think he makes it to the 5th inning unless, he has a really, really great pitching matchup. So, Dan, your thoughts?
Well, you know me. I always like it when we're kind of fading a potential line move that people are looking towards the over. I think maybe why you saw this, look towards the maybe tick up is because the Padres, at least last night and kind of in this series, they've started a little bit slower. So maybe the thought process is, hey, once they get to the bullpen, that's when they really start cracking. However, this lineup is so volatile, man, that they can explode at any minute. So it doesn't surprise me even a little bit. A guy who hasn't typically been going deep, he's going to go deep against a hot hitting team. I don't really see it. So that's why we ended up on Luis Castillo under the 16.5 outs. Let's make it 2 straight Wager Talk Today play of the day. While you're hanging out with us, folks, hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe and drop your play of the day in the comments. And who knows, include your Wager Talk username. You might even win a free 3-day flex pass when you're dropping that. Who knows? Just drop it in the comments below, Andy.
Let's bring in Gianni. Let's talk about what we have going on today. Gianni, it's not a huge that kind of says it all right there. Like, what do you think of today?
Stretch. Yeah. I know the feeling, man.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Block and everyone that's here in the chat. It's that kind of day, but I'll tell you what, I'm kind of taking advantage of it. I swear to you, I gave my assistant off because her kid was sick. So I said, just stay home. And I actually am getting a massage at 2 p.m. So I ordered a massage for myself a little later. I'm going to take advantage of the slower day. But I'll tell you this, we have gotten down on some Major League Baseball. There have been plenty of moves in baseball and NHL. I fired 2 premiums already in baseball, coming off a really hot 7 days. If there's anyone that's won more money over the last 7 days, definitely buy their stuff because I've been on fire. It's just everything's lining up good. Again, I feel confident with our power ratings in baseball right now. And as far as the NBA goes, I'm already prepared for this weekend. And I'll tell you what, we're going to fire a 5% on Saturday. This is the part of the NBA season we've been waiting for. Throughout the season, we were grinding. We picked up some profit. We were able to end up ahead, which is good because it's tough to navigate the NBA season. But now it's different. Now there's opportunity to really lock in value. And so far, so good. We hit 2 4% back-to-back nights on totals. Lost the Clippers side yesterday, but that's going to happen. Overall, I'm happy where we're at, and more importantly, optimistic about what's ahead. Again, whenever there's opportunity, we're here to take advantage. So there's stuff going on. There's always opportunities to make money.
Absolutely, absolutely. What are you seeing in baseball? A lot of day games today as well.
Yeah, I'll just read off from the Steam sheet. Washington plus 145. I'll give you some sides. 953, San Francisco plus 120. 257, LA Angels plus 250. And 969, Seattle plus 105 and minus 105. Now, here's some totals for you. 969, under 8.5, Seattle, San Diego. 961 under 9, Texas Athletics. 968 under 9, Colorado, Houston. And the early game, 955 over 8, Kansas City, Detroit. Now, if you notice some of these moves, they appear opposite of the line move. That's not by accident. That's by design, because we talked about it leading up to the Major League Baseball season. Baseball does a lot of overnights from the betting syndicates. They move a lot of overnights, unlike other sports. Like, they don't really do a bunch of stuff with basketball. Again, most of that is information-based, players not playing. But we get that in Major League Baseball. And when you're talking money lines, the opportunities to scalp are obvious the next morning. With that said, you'll start to see some take back opposite. A perfect example is that total on Seattle, San Diego. If you look at the opener, I think it was 7.5. That got steamed over. Now, if you got over 7.5 in your pocket, you placed a good bet. But at 8.5, rest assured, that's a legit move on the under. Like, this is a group that I work with personally. I worked with them for a really long time, so we have a really good relationship. And they only give me their real stuff, especially when they limit bet, when they max out a bet. So for them to come in on Seattle, San Diego under 8.5 and limit bet me, rest assured, that's a legit position. So you see that. You see that with the Angels and the Yankees, where we talked about that the other day. Dodgers, Yankees, you got to bet them immediately. Now, sometimes you're going to get slapped in the face when they take the dog early, but that's going to be so rare because, again, until the NBA playoffs end, there's a lot of recreational bettors in the market. Because of that, what they're going to do is they're going to bet the best teams in baseball. They're going to bet the Dodgers. They're going to bet the Yankees. They're going to bet the first place teams. Well, sharp bettors understand this. So how do you set yourself up with a nice scalp? You bet that same team well before the betting public bets it. Why? Because most recreational bettors aren't betting it until about an hour before game time. Maybe they have a couple hours at the most. So if we could get down on the Yankees at minus 200 and you're willing to bet the Yankees at minus 220, 230, 240, that's going to open up a scalp for me on the other side. And that's what you end up seeing on the Angels, where they'll lay minus 230 and they'll take plus 250. And that's a beautiful position to find yourself. I mean, if you can do it, why wouldn't you? That's how I look at it. So there's a lot of that going on in baseball. which is why we stay very selective. And I urge all bettors to do that. Like, unless you have huge bankroll and you're really disciplined and betting about 0.5% to 1% per play, I really think you should limit your baseball exposure just because of that, the line movement and the manipulation that goes on.
What are you seeing in NHL? We're wrapping up that season.
Yeah. We got some base NHL for you. 3 sides, 13 St. Louis -110, 17 Anaheim -115, and 21 LA -135, all small chalk. And then one total, and that's Vancouver Edmonton over 6.5 at -110. So definitely a little bit of hockey action as we, like you said, wait for the playoffs to finally get here.
I believe there was a play the other night that killed everybody. Like, what was it? The Minnesota Wild sat everybody and everyone jumped on the Ducks, and then the Wild won 3-2. Like, the end of the season stuff kind of worries me.
It does. And be careful with those must-win teams. We talk about it all the time. If you must win, then you must not be that good. And they find themselves with a ton of pressure. Again, you're not the best team if you find yourself in a must-win situation, and all the pressure is on those teams, and you add a premium, which the sports books attached to it, and it's usually never a great bet, even, that, of course, some get there, but you got to be real careful when they have that, when they talking about that on like ESPN and stuff, like they need to win to get in. Stay away from those kind of teams. They're usually very overpriced.
Rob wants to know, what are some of the key signs of value that you look for in MLB betting? I don't play MLB that often.
Well, the one thing is I definitely don't want to take bad numbers. And by bad numbers, mean what am I betting at and what did it open at? Like, I don't want to find myself, even though if it wins, it cashes, meaning it's not a point spread. So with a point spread, if I'm laying -7 and it goes to -8, -9, if I keep betting it, I could win the -7 bet and lose the other bets. With money lines, that's not the case. If I cash a -150, that means I cashed a -160, a -170, a -180, a -200. Those all cashed as well. All right. With that said, you easily can convert a point spread into a money line and a money line into a point spread. So ultimately, it's the same thing. But mentally, we don't see it that way. And that's why I see in baseball, a lot of bettors are willing to take bad numbers more so than they would in point spread sports, because they see the line move with point spread. They see in NBA, if Charlotte's -4.5 and now they're 6.5, you're like, wait, that's 2 points difference. That's a huge line move. But if it goes from -150 to -170, it's like, if it's going to win, it's going to win. But with that said, it's the exact same thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's really no big difference, because you're going from a -150 to a -170. You just changed your implied win probability by 3%. Like, that's huge, but you don't see it that way if a -160, 170, 180, 190 all cash, unlike point spreads. So again, it's a long way of saying I focus on not taking bad numbers, and I grade that by comparing my bet to what it closes at. And I want to make sure I'm getting down at a better number than what the market closes. If I'm continually doing that, then I'm a mathematical certainty to turn a profit if I manage risk correctly, because I am getting value. That's proof you're getting value. You're beating the market. You're beating the information. It's kind of like, the bookmaker's going to move the line when it rains, right? They're going to go from 38.5 down to 36. Well, if I went under 38 and then they move it, I got out ahead of that information, ahead of the fact that it's going to rain. Now that they know it's going to rain, now that it's actually raining, that's been factored into the price. So now at 36, there's no value. The fact it's raining is meaningless. It matters at 38, not at 36. Just carry that over to baseball. Exact same thing. If I'm looking at a -140, I better make sure that I'm not betting it. And earlier it was -110, 115, 120. I keep doing that, I'm going to go broke. So make sure you you check after you place your bet. What did it close at? If you're getting a better number, you've gotten value, brother. If you continue to get a worse number, time to revisit the thesis. You're not locking in any kind of value. That's the easiest way to know what for sure, like this is plus EV. Like you can't argue it. You know what I mean? If I'm laying -3 and it closes -6, you can't argue I placed a good bet. You can't argue I got plus EV. Doesn't mean it's going to win, but that's what value ultimately comes down to. Am I getting more than I'm paying for? It's the bottom line.
Do you have anything in PFL? PFL's starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. A lot of line movements. And I got to be honest, Yanni, this year, betting PFL can kind of be easy. Just follow the money. The money has been dead on every single time, and it's actually talked me off some bets. So I was wondering if you had anything PFL.
And that makes sense, because in that kind of market, that's exactly what you should get. That there's guys out there, groups that have really good information that's not going to be factored into the price. Why? Because the guy that creating the lines for PFL doesn't know as much as those betting PFL. That much I could be certain of. So I think that, you want to look into those kind of markets. I haven't dug into this card today. I just haven't had the time. And with those kind of big line moves that you touched on, that's proof that's in an inefficient market. Like if the line's not moving, then the market's pretty efficient. Like in the NBA playoffs, unless someone's not playing, the line's not going to move 2-3 points. Why? Because it's efficient. It's a sharp number. If you're seeing in PFL, it's moving from a -150 favorite to a +150 dog. That tells you that's a very inefficient and beatable market. That's what you want to be looking for. And I love what you said. The money helps confirm a lot of these sides, and the money's been right. I hear guys talking about that at Polymarket, where with not sports, other bets, where there seems to be some wallets out there that have really good information. I see nothing wrong with piggybacking that. I'll be doing it in the draft very shortly, where when I have confirmation, I don't mind laying -400s. I'll do that all day if I'm sure it should be -700. So I haven't touched this PFL, brother, but I what's it called? I do urge bettors that have time to do it. It's tough. It's tough. It's just so many markets.
Chelsea Hackett is the big one. I thought I was ready to bet against Chelsea Hackett, and then she opened as like a -140 favorite. Now she's -258. So that line move has to be taken serious.
She's a lock against Vasquez. Then she's a lock.
Sierra Clark's been taking a lot of money. That's a pretty significant move. Chris Mixon today is taking a lot of money against Sheridan. That was a play. And then Yags, this was a classic like buyback and then buy in at the lower number. Yags opened at like -500. Then he was down to -350. Now he's at -470. So Yags over Tyson Pedro. Did you know Tyson Pedro is fighting today?
No. Wow.
Yeah, I can't wait to bet against Tyson Pedro.
Yeah, you got to bet Yags.
So, anything with UFC?
I like that. I like the Hackett, man. I wish I would have got a bet. The number wasn't so high.
I'm missing something with that
matchup, and I like it.
Yeah, I'm missing something with it. I don't understand the line move, but again, I just let the money tell me a story. So, we recorded our breakdown video for Canada. Curious your thoughts on some of these lines as they hold right now.
A couple big swings in line moves, like where the favorite was the dog when it opened. That's what's kept me a little cautious on this card. But the two that jumped out at me was Gage Young over Moises. I just think, again, Moises got all the experience and all the UFC experience, more importantly. But I think Gage finally got that win by beating Mahashati. And I think he should be able to roll that over into another W here. Yeah, he's a lot younger. I don't think he's going to be at any real disadvantage against Moises. And then the other one that stuck out at me, I haven't fired. I was going to send this out to subscribers, but the line's kind of dropping. And I wish I would have got the opener, and that's Kyler Phillips against Charles Jourdain. I think you're paying a premium for Jourdain because it's in Canada. And I get it. Maybe it's warranted because you could sway the judges based on the crowd. But with that said, I think that's the only reason this line's that high. coupled with some recency bias, Kyler Phillips coming off back-to-back losses, but those were tough losses. I mean, it's Rob Font and Vinicius Oliveira. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think many are going to get through Oliveira. He got his first loss against Batista, but still. So I kind of liked Phillips there. And I think Jourdain coming off back-to-back performance bonuses, I thought he was going to be a little overvalued here. You get back-to-back finishes, but that was against old Davy Grant and, Victor Henry. So I think Jourdain's a little bit overvalued there. For me, I like Phillips. It's just the line dropped a little more than I'm comfortable with. I wish I could get a better plus. Like, if I could get plus 140, I'd have fired a 4% already. But at 125, I'm still deciding.
Last question. He wants to know if you got anything on the Nationals game. You got two pretty good pitchers here. It's a day game. I have nothing on Nationals Pirates.
I know Washington caught some steam. Washington definitely caught some steam. I like the over myself. I know the under 9 got hit and is actually sharp, but I disagree with it. I actually like the over in that game myself. So I like Washington and over.
Okay. Yeah, I can't say I have a strong opinion on that. So what do you have up for everybody going into the weekend here?
Right now I have the steam sheet up, and that covers all of today's action. I got a MLB premium attached to that. It'll have NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball, and I'll be adding throughout the day, along with any NBA, because we do have the NBA playoffs coming Friday and Saturday. Like I said, I've already power rated all 6 games and already found a 5% for Saturday's action. So we'll have packages up for Friday NBA, Saturday NBA as well. And if I could confirm some UFC, we'll fire there also. But the guys, that long-term guys, you'll definitely get even the monthly guys, weekly guys, you'll get premiums like yesterday. And hopefully we keep grinding and turning profits. So far, so good. So let's keep riding this out.
All right. Thank you, Yanni. Appreciate it.
Best of luck, brother.
Good luck. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, Andy, with that live Q&A they kind of had there with Yanni too, it's a little sample of what you would get with the Steam Room that this weekend, sometimes it's for our insiders like Financially Free and Focus just joined us. Thanks for becoming an insider. This weekend, it is for clients of Yanni 30 days or more. So that's the only people who are going to have access to the Steam Room for this weekend. Essentially what that is that Q&A where we were just doing. You get an hour plus with Yanni where you can pick his brain, ask him any questions that you have. He also gives you the steam of the day. So that'll be this Saturday. Anyone who's locked in with Yanni over at wt.buzz/ace for 30 days or more, you're going to get a link to be in the Steam Room with us this weekend.
All right. Dan, get us a little bit excited about lacrosse for this weekend. Get us pumped.
Yeah, well, we got a play locked and loaded now. Why does Andy bring this up is because the powers that be said, dude, we're not talking about this run that we have gone on enough here. So they're locking you in. You can get access through the PLL Championship, which ends on the 20th of September. So this is all the way through the summer, through the beginning of the fall there as well. And I mean, the results speak for themselves, Andy. What we've done in the last 30 days, 8-2. We're not crazy volume. We're really selective. But that 80% run, if you look at what we've done this year, we're looking at 74%, 26-9. And what we've done lifetime since Andy and I have partnered together doing these lacrosse picks, 114, 75, and 1. So we've done it long term. We've done it short term. Folks, you can hop on board. We got a play loaded. We have never fired a 5% play. We don't have one this weekend. But if we do, it'll be included in this package for you. $179 is what you can get it. Literally 50% off. Never a better deal that you've had. I know it's niche. I know it's not something everyone's going to be betting, but this is offered at pretty much every major sports book except for some of those that are down in Florida. But we have Kelly working on that. She's working on the Hard Rock Hard to try and get you guys some lacrosse action down there, but offshores have it as well. So guys, partner up with us. That's a almost, Andy, through both of these seasons. You're going to get the national championship. You're going to get the PLL championship, any futures, all of that for half price, no brainer, wt.buzz/AL. And hopefully, Andy, I keep doing my job and we stay hot and we stay selective. One play loaded for this weekend. We may have more.
Do you know how we got that special, Dan? It was sent to us by our very near and dear friend, Mr. 1208 Johnny.
There he is. 1208 Johnny. That's right.
1208 Johnny showed up again. If you're not familiar with 1208 Johnny, what happens is our show starts at 12, and at 1208 Johnny sends a message about a promo to go over, and so we haven't heard from 1208 Johnny in a while, so it's really, really good to see he's back in our lives. So no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
We love it.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It was 1211 Johnny today, not 1208. So, yeah, half price.
You know what he'll say? He'll say, Andy, just be glad you got a damn promo. Shut your ass up. Here we go.
So, let's see. We got a good cricket play that's up tonight. That thing is half price, so run a nice special. So, lock that thing in. And PFL it starts this afternoon. We've got some all access plays for PFL and UFC. So if you want to get on board, 3 days, you get 3 free, or if you just want the lacrosse special, we got a lot of good things over at wt.buzz/AL. Let's bring in Joe Raineri. Joe's got a lot to go over today. We're giving you baseball. We're giving you NBA. How are you, Joe?
I'm trying to get over how just realistic that AI picture of Johnny was there, because I swear it was like look at that. Look at that image right there. Only that is definitely not the Detroit office. I can assure you, there's a living plant there. I think no, that is absolutely not resembling the Detroit office, but certainly looks like Johnny, doesn't it? Though, a little bit. Look at him.
It does. Definitely the hair. The hair piece is certainly there. Looks exactly like him. It's our fictitious world, Joe.
Oh yes.
But here in the real world, we do have some action we want to get into here, man. And this one is going a little bit over an hour here, so folks will have a chance to get down on this one. Line's kind of on the move. Yankees, Angels, and Joe. Surprisingly, this has been, even though the Yankees are up 2-1 in this 4-game set, it's actually been a pretty decent series. 2 of the 4 games being 1-run games. The one that kind of got away with the Yankees got the 7-1 win for the Angels. Looks to me though, Joe, like we have a full-on bullpen game going for the Angels here today. They're going to be opposing Fried. Basically, they're saying with this total, Yankees are going to be shellacking this pitching lineup for the Angels. Is that how you see this one shaking out? How are you looking to conclude what's been a pretty damn 4-game set?
Well, I mean, we were 9.5. Now we're 10. So that tells you where everything is heading. Suter's going to open up, but you're right. The problem with the Angels is that they used 4 relievers, I believe, yesterday, but they did get some pretty good length and some outings there outside of that first games in games 2 and 3. So they should be okay from a bullpen perspective. But the question is, Max Fried has never faced the Angels, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. This will be the first time he has ever faced them here. And a couple of no decisions, I think, so far for him. But he has given up, 3 runs, 6 hits, 8 innings. In that loss to Tampa last time out. I think he's going to be able to handle business here, but I do think the Angels are going to be able to get some runs. I believe it's a nice warm day there in the Bronx, like it has been. Wind seems to be cooperating. And Mike Trout, if he would have actually played his entire career with the Yankees, would already have 600 home runs. I'm pretty convinced of that. First guy ever to hit three straight games in a row, a home run against the New York Yankees, which is also kind of hard to believe here. But they can score. They're scrappy, and Fried has already been giving up some runs here. I do think the Yankees team total is not a bad look. It's getting juiced by the minute as I'm watching it move, but 5.5 is the number here. And listen, if we're going to get over 10, if you're thinking about an over, but you're worried about the Angels scoring enough against Fried, take the over 5.5 with the Yankees. That would be my suggestion here, because they should be able to do some damage against this bullpen here today.
Yeah, Dan and I will get to this, but we've been tracking who's ice cold on run lines and overs and unders, and the Yankees by far the coldest team on the run line, 1-9 in their last 10. And we were talking about regression's got to hit. I wonder if this is the game where the run line comes into play. Just math kind of, just kind of tells you.
You got to feel
$3 favorites
over last night, though. I mean, you poor people. Like, my goodness. Yeah. I mean, the over on the whoever had over tickets on the Yankees, I think it was 9.5 last night, and they were convinced that it was, oh boy. I mean, for a drop pop up and then finally a clutch hit, and you still don't get to 10 runs is head scratching last night. Head scratching.
That's been like the story of when these teams face off. Because I know it's going back to last year, but 1-9 to the over in their last 10 meetings. It makes no sense because they keep raking each other, but the other offense just shuts down. So maybe this will be when it finally breaks off here today. Warm day there in the Bronx. But that one again, guys, going in about an hour, so you can grab that here.
Somebody asked about the Tigers and the Royals. I believe they're already in a rain delay. So.
Yeah, under. I bet you it finishes 2-1. I'm just going to throw that out there because every game they play now is 2-1. Because the Royals hit their limit when they score 1 run. That's it. They can't score any more than 1 run. So 2-1 is what I would give that one there. That was a dead under, but the weather was always looking like it could be an issue there. But an under there. We're also seeing some under money come in here with the White Sox too as well, and I tend to agree with that move against Tampa here. A lot of getaway games here today. Some early starts, especially the one out west with the Athletics in Texas. That's going to be a noon start in Sacramento. That is not. It's 3:00 East Coast, but it's going to be a noon start. Getaway game there. I like lighter. Texas can't hit lefties, and let's face it, Lopez is a gas can, but he is a lefty, and it's not like we can trust the Rangers to do a lot of damage against them. So feels like everyone's going to be like, oh, Sacramento, yeah, but it's only 58 degrees in Sacramento at noon right now. And the wind, by the way, blowing in there today. So might be a sneaky under there, a little contrarian under with the A's and the Rangers.
Let's take a look at these look-ahead games for Friday. We got the play-in games, Hornets and the Magic, Warriors and Suns. I mean, some of the interesting storylines you have, the Hornets, Con Knipple just got benched, just flat-out benched.
Out of nowhere.
In that game, ice cold. Steph Curry making one more run, and there's an awesome video of what Draymond Green did to Kawhi Leonard in the last 3 minutes of that game. Just went old school Draymond and pulled 3 minutes of his youth out and just completely shut him down. So we got Hornets and Magic. We got Warriors and Suns. Let's start with Hornets and Magic. Any look-ahead thoughts?
Yeah, I think watching Orlando play basketball sent the game back about 150 years last night because that was just – this team is just unbelievable. They had every advantage in the paint in the world last night. And they decide we're just going to take a bunch of jump shots and shoot 3-pointers that we are not really good at making anyway. And we're going to make 4 or 5 of them, and that's it. You're talking about a team that led the NBA in trips to the free throw line. And instead of trying to keep dominating in the paint, they're just going to settle for jump shots and to shoot threes. And, they're only going to shoot 26, 27%, and they're going to lose. Worst coaching job I've seen. No Embiid. They didn't take advantage of it. They have been better at home, but you ultimately have to score in order to be able to win. I don't know how they're going to score. Offensively, they are totally upside down as far as I'm concerned. They figure out ways to lose games. I think Charlotte's got more than enough to be able to get it done against Orlando, who quite honestly shouldn't have any business, even though either team is going to get bounced out rather quickly against Detroit. But I think Charlotte's the better game than Orlando is at this point.
I mean, Banchero, man.
It's hilarious. 4 of 22, 0 of 5 from 3. I mean, he was lighting it up last night. Like, what? They lost Wagner. I think he came back only to hobble off in the 4th. But I mean, why are you settling for 3-pointers? Like, you're going to rely on Desmond Bane to carry you to the
yes, they are.
Just
yes,
take it
they
to
are.
the rack, man. Take it to the hoop. What are you doing? They were fouling them left and right. I mean, they led the league in free throws for a reason. Stay physical. Don't settle for jump shots. But that's exactly what they did.
What do you think about Warriors and Suns? Is Steph doing the Vince Carter? I got one more in me.
I mean, and shout out to old man Horford too, man. I mean, hit some big shots in that game. Porzingis also quietly doing his thing. So listen, anytime you have Steph Curry on the court, playoff Steph is vintage, is a killer. We've seen that version of Steph Curry and the Warriors a lot over decade plus now. So I wouldn't feel too bad, Clipper Nation. But my goodness, Phoenix, if you can't beat this version of Golden State, back-to-back home games for you in a play-in series, like now's the time, Booker and company. Like you've got to win this game. It's very difficult to win 2 games on the row in this spot. But Portland takes over 50% of their shots from 3. And while 3 is more than 2, and they made a heck of a lot more of them than Phoenix did in that first game. But how many threes do you think Golden State's going to take? So if they don't do a better job of defending the perimeter, Steph Curry and Golden State will steal one and then eventually move on and get, destroyed there by OKC. But hurry up and bet Phoenix sooner rather than later, because this was 2 last night. I'm already starting to see 3s. You can probably still get the money line under 150 at this point. This has got to be a spot that, Booker shows up and they end up getting it done here, because the variance level with Golden State, if Steph doesn't do that, they lose that game by 20 last night. Can he do it again on that knee? That remains to be seen.
He took 23 shots.
I mean,
it's supposed to be on a minutes restriction.
Yeah, what happened to that minute restriction? It was a point restriction, I think. Well, you haven't hit 36 yet, Steph, so you can still go out there and play. Keep chucking them out there. But, I mean, who are we kidding, though? This whole thing is laughable about who are these teams beating anyway, besides each other? Like, was somebody upsetting Detroit or Boston? Is Portland going to upend San Antonio? Either of these teams really good? No, it's not. It's just basically an exercise at this point, because we all know the bottom half of the NBA this year. Woo! Good luck,
Joe. I mean, my Sixers, they get to be 12.5-point underdogs opening up against the Celtics. There's your upset alert, Joe, right there, right?
Well, listen. Looks like Embiid's ass fell out, so he's not going to be available. I think for this series anymore.
Surgery needs.
The appendix turned out to be his ass. Appendix. Now he lost the toe, so I can't figure it out. Kudos to them though, making Nick Nurse look like he knows what he's doing. But
to get embarrassed by Boston for the 20th time.
And seriously with you Sixer fans? Really, we want Boston? That what you really want?
I wasn't chanting. I was saying I want Cancun.
Yeah,
I want
exactly.
Cancun. That's what
you
I
want.
Was
tea times is what you want, because that's going to happen sooner rather than later. Who are you kidding here? But it's so top heavy this year. It's crazy in the NBA.
One of the funniest things to come out of the Clippers losing is because they lost, they are now in the lottery, and their pick goes to Oklahoma City.
Yep. And if the basketball gods have a sense of humor, I think they have a 1.5 or 6% chance to get the number 1 pick. Please let OKC get it. Now that they've got a ping pong ball in the game, please let them get it, so we can all laugh our asses off when OKC gets the number 1 and everybody else tanked. I love it.
All OKC has to do is just trade away one of your best players, and then boom, magically the ping pong balls will fall your way. That's what we've learned in the past few seasons here. So just a big trade, and then it's coming your way, OKC.
Yep, that's amazing. Way to go, OKC. The rich just got richer again. Unreal.
It's disgusting the talent they have on the. I mean, they're going to have to
bench.
cut like 3 guys. They're going to cut 3 guys that are going to immediately be starters on
any place else. Yep. And they'll probably trade for Giannis somehow in the offseason. So he'll probably end up on OKC, and that'll be the end of it. Ridiculous.
OKC's bench could beat most of these play-in teams.
Correct. Yep. Unreal. And they will too. Most of them,
That's a good
because they'll
point.
be playing a lot in the fourth quarter. They'll be playing a lot in the fourth quarter in this upcoming series. Unreal.
What do you have up for everybody, Joe?
We are locked and loaded. We've got 4% NBA play for the weekend to start, and 2 in Major League Baseball starting a little later, today. So I think the first game goes off a couple hours. So we still got some time in that game as well. All of that available over at WagerTalk.com.
Joe Raineri, thank you very much.
Oh.
Good luck. Good luck.
Nice job.
Shout out to the tough. Oh, by the way, tough. Oh, I was going to ask. Can we bring Joe on?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
thoughts
here.
on the Miami Heat's end of season.
Perfect. Couldn't have ended in a better in better Miami, because that is exactly what they had been the entire second half of the season. I mean, they ran out of steam. And by the way, I mean, you fall on your ass and you're out of the game, Bam. Like, really? Is that it? Oh, I fell on his tailbone. Oh, poor guy. Like, really? Like, rub some dirt on it and get back in there with your tailbone and all. But that was the Heat, man. But everything I'm hearing right now is do not be shocked if there's some sort of deal for Giannis in the very near future wearing a Miami Heat uniform.
All right, Joe Raineri. I thought the same thing. I was like, I mean, I'm sure it hurt, but
yeah, they deserve
no massage gun in the back.
They don't, be done. Be done with it. Figure it out, Spo. Good Lord. Unreal.
All right, Joe. Thank you.
Be good, guys.
Thanks, Joe. Good luck, man.
We got a couple quick. Let's do a couple quick plays, and I have to respond to Ken's comment about am I drinking moonshine from the Masons?
Oh, I like it.
But,
Plays first,
yeah.
moonshine second. Here we go.
Not a big day in players, guys. So tread lightly. Premier League darts, which starts here in about 15 minutes. I got Gian Van Veen, against Luke Humphries over 9.5. Last 3 times these guys have played, it's just been razor close, well over this 9.5. So I expect a 6-4, 6-5 type of game from these guys today. And then, Con Knippel led the league in 3-pointers, and it was the spotlight was too bright, man. I mean, this is clearly the biggest game of his career, and he was terrible. He got benched. I just don't know what his confidence level is going to be. I got under 16.5 points, because if those first couple shots don't fall, look out. You might have a rookie on your hands that wants to crawl into a hole. So I was looking at under for Con Knippel and 16.5 points. So let's see. Yeah, recap. We had a nice 4% winner in NBA last night. We had a horrible tennis day today. We were due for a bad tennis day. I lost everything. A team I bet on played 4 games and then quit. So that was nice to wake up to. So yeah, miserable day in tennis, but we got a 5% best bet that goes off a little bit later today, as well as Dan's lacrosse. We also got NBA plays that'll be up for tomorrow. But okay, so the mason jar thing. So this is not moonshine. This is coffee.
That looks to me like it's iced coffee. Yeah,
it's iced coffee, and I have determined
with a little bit of moonshine. Just a little.
No moonshine. But these I have determined are just the best glasses, because I found lids that go right on them. So Dan, I can make an iced coffee, and when I'm done with it, I don't have to dump it out. It just goes right back in the fridge.
Wow, that's strong.
So
it's a strong move.
And this is with anything. And I started talking to Jan about this. So as kids, what did we drink out of? Little sippy cups and bottles, right?
Yeah, they were like shaped like jugs.
Yeah, when we were done, our parents just put it in the fridge. Why did we ever get away from cups and glasses with no lids?
So right. We got by big non-lid.
Yeah, like how many times have you drank something out of a drinking vessel because you had to, or because you just threw it out?
Gotta finish it. That's a great point, Andy. Bring
now
back
we have
jars.
lids. It just goes right back in. When I'm done, I'm not wasteful. I don't throw it away. It just goes right back in the fridge. So I'm just
bring back jars.
These are great. They come in all sizes, and guess what? Lids fit every single size. So yes, I have I think we have like 12 mason jars. That's what Listen,
I'm down.
Fine. Great. Give me an adult sippy cup. I would love a sippy cup. Take me out of this hellhole that is being an adult in 2026. Give me something pure. Give me something that reminds me of my childhood. A good sippy cup. Yeah, that way I can drink my morning whiskey out of a sippy cup to fool everybody.
Absolutely.
So it's almost a good idea as the towel. Yeah, the towel will always be my best. My theory with towels is there should only be 2 sizes of towels: washcloth and beach towel. It's ridiculous that there are different sizes of towels.
Yeah, the hand towel, you know, there's ridiculous. There's levels to this. Yeah.
When have you ever had a big ass beach towel and been like, "Oh, this is too much towel"? You never have too much towel.
The same thing is why are we?
You've always said, "I don't have enough towel." How many times you spilled something? How many times you spilled something and a towel doesn't pick it up, but a beach towel picks up everything?
It's the same thing too, Andy, with why are we making undersized blankets? Make every blanket oversized. Have you ever said this blanket is too soft and too comfortable and too large? No, you've never said that. So yeah, let's
undersized blanket.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, you know what I mean? Your freaking toes are sticking out of it. We gotta. This is Andy. We might run for office, and we'll run on a platform of adult sippy cups, oversized blankets, and 2 sizes of towels. These are the issues that voters need to get on board.
Just saying, lids on drinking vessels and beach towels. So
the hand towel, it may be effective, but as power rankings go for the towels, it's pretty low in the towel power rankings.
It's worthless. Just put a beach towel there. Just put a beach towel there. That way your hands can be sopping wet. It gets them all dry. So, all right. All right. That's going to do it. We got a big show for everybody tomorrow. Tomorrow, let's get locked and loaded. Big weekend ahead. We got our final lines for UFC that'll be out tomorrow. We got our props and everything that'll be out for NBA, full MLB slate. So looking forward to tomorrow's show. Thank you to all the guests, and thank you guys. Hit the like button. Leave us a comment. Tell us your best bet. Tell us if you like the idea of the drinking vessel with the lids or if that's completely ridiculous. So, power ranking towels. It's number 1 beach towel, number 2 washcloth, and that's the only 2 that should exist. We'll ask
Yanni if his guy has power rankings on towels. When we talk to Yanni tomorrow, we'll see what are the Yanni power rankings on towels.
Is there anything more worthless than those kitchen towels? What are those good for?
Yeah, rags. They're goddamn rags, Andy.
Don't sop up anything. They're worthless. All right, we'll see everyone tomorrow. Thanks very much. Good luck on your bets.